Power source, go on to cloud. Simple, easy, done. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to part 68 of Final Fantasy VII. So I think I've figured out a way to do this because this video is going to be all about Chocobo breeding. I don't know how long it's going to be at the end, but let's hope it's long enough. So anyway, first things first is you'll need to rent out stables. In order to do that, you need to speak to CHOCOBO. With the way things are now, how about raising a Chocobo? I'm not trying to persuade you for money. That's because that's how things are. That's how the things are. And apparently they aren't taking care of Chocobos anymore because that's just whatever. Anyway, you'll need to have 60,000 gil if you want to rent out all 6 stables for your Chocobo. Any Chocobo that you can catch in the wild, they will be out to the park area, or the not stable area. I don't know what it is. It's basically the keep, man. Basically the keep. Okay, so I have all 6 of them, which is ironically how many Pokemon you can have in a party. Any of your Chocobos will be over here before they get moved into the stables, by the way, so that's the thing. Anyway, you talk to Chocobilly here, and you can get all your tutorial information about how to move Chocobos, feed Chocobos, mate Chocobos, release Chocobos, ride Chocobos, you know, the works. You know, all that good stuff. You get some information. You feed, you mate. What Chocobo eats are greens. The most famous one are Gishal greens. That's commonly what you want to use to catch Chocobo, because they waste 2 turns. And yes, this game's basically saying, hey, you have to figure it out for yourselves, or just basically look it up. If a Chocobo's abilities don't increase when you feed the Chocobo, that means it's reached its limit. Yes, Chocobos even have stats that are available via Chocobo racing. A male and female Chocobo to get together to produce an egg. And that's all you need to know. About your Chocobo by the fence, it's part of the stock that you caught. You can only keep 4 Chocobos at a time. If you get a 5th one, the first one will have to go. And classes. This is definitely the most important part, even though it doesn't really matter. But Chocobo classes are divided into classes, or the strengths are divided into classes. They go from class C, B, A, and then finally S. So, yep. That's how you do things around here. You basically want to breed Chocobos so that you can get different types of Chocobos. And when you get different types of Chocobos, that means you can use them for various different purposes. Normal Chocobo are normally yellow. However, you'll get them eventually into the blue and green area, and then black Chocobos, and finally your goal, which is the much sought after gold Chocobo. Which, well, I will explain their effects. I will indeed explain their effects. Oh dear God, I will. So, basically what you want to do is buy all the greens that you can for catching Chocobos. You're going to need them. Especially if you want either male or female, if you want that both Chocobo genders, basically. I know this seems like a lot, but don't worry, there's a lot more. This is just how Chocobo breeding is. This is my first ever exposure to this thing called Chocobo breeding. This is how it's made. This is how Final Fantasy VII was meant to be. How could it be this complicated? I have no idea. However, I believe in terms of catching, you can, get a lot out of the Gishal greens. I basically recommend that you use Gishal greens because that's effectively the best one and the most cost effective. The other portion of Chocobo breeding is that you're going to be visiting the Chocobo Sage a lot, because the Chocobo Sage will give you plenty, and I mean plenty, of good advice on what the different colored Chocobos do. In fact, can we actually do that right now? Can we actually do so? Now, what can I do for you? Do you remember anything yet? I remember now. That's the one they call... It's a mountain chocobo. It's like the name says, he can cross any mountain. There's another one that can cross rivers too. They call him a river chocobo. Where can we catch one? There aren't any around right now. That's one right there, isn't it? What? I wonder what he's doing here. Can't remember for the life of me. So what he's saying is right. Basically, what we want to do is we want to breed the best kind of chocobo possible. One that can not only cross terrain, but one that can fly, one that can cross any terrain, and one that can stop my dog from sneezing, since he's still awake and chewing his foot like the little tyke that he is. Anyway. About the breeding process, I actually am already a few steps ahead from where I should be. Well, first of which, I want to equip the Chocobo lore material because we aren't going to be doing any fighting. What I want to do is, outside of Bone Village is where... Wait, actually, do we still have the steel materia on Sid? Yes, we do. What I want to do is I want to go ahead and go around this area because we actually already ran into this enemy right here called the Vlacorados. The Vlacorados has Carab nuts for Chocobo breeding. And you're going to need a few of them. Namely, I would recommend getting 5. Yes, I would recommend getting 5 of these Karob nuts. Well, just in case you don't end up... Ooh, look at that! See? This is what I mean. 10,000, well over 10,000 damage done to this dude. And apparently that constitutes as 510 experience and only 40 AP. That's bull! Anyway, yes, you can steal Carab nuts from the Valcorados, and that's near the area of Bone Village. However, that isn't all of the nuts that you'll need. All those other nuts, they're pointless. According to the guide that I use, aka Jegged, you'll need the Carab nuts for Chocobo breeding, definitely. And that will be proven very useful to you. Since this clip of the video is going to be basically all about the preparations, I'm only going to do all this basically once. And here, right on cue, are the goblins. Because they also have an item that you can steal that will be incredibly invaluable to you. Which is the fact that we don't steal anything. And there's also the fact that we have Tifa's limit break to show off while we're here breeding chocobos. Let's do it! Water kick! Meteor drive! Boosh! Dolphin blow! Meteor strike! Boosh! And finally, final heaven! Boosh! And that is why Tifa's Limit Break is level 4 Limit Break, aside from Omnislash, is probably my favorite one. Oh, I didn't even need to steal at all. Okay, so the I'll just call it the Zeo Nut are drops from goblins, and you can also steal from them. You're going to need at least one, I believe, but I'm gonna get 2 just in case. I know I'm gonna get more of those nuts off screen, but that's just how it is. That's just how it is. So, with preparations out of the way, I'm assuming, hold on. I actually kind of forgot something kind of important. Silka screens. You're gonna want to feed these to your Chocobos. Nice. And you definitely want to feed them to it because it'll help them raise their stats for the races. So, with all that said, I don't think I'm even gonna, you know, bother catching Chocobos tonight or recording the clip allowing me to show me catching the Chocobos tonight. So this is what I'm gonna do as sort of my way of dealing with this. So each time I record the Chocobo breeding stuff, I'm gonna be recording myself for an hour, trying to do as much Chocobo breeding as I possibly can. So, wish me luck. Okay, so a bit of a change in my attitude is the fact that I actually practiced this and I attained good luck in my practice. Throughout all of this Chocobo breeding business, I have attained massive success. At least in practice. Because I know what to do. And we're not settling for anything but the best for our little golden buddy. So begins day 1 of my hour-long recording sessions where I attempt in vain to try to breed a Chocobo. See how far I get within a day. So, anyway, if you actually do indeed notice, we are at the Medeal area. Because this is where we want to get our great Chocobos. So, we need the great Chocobos. And, well, I'll explain all about that later on. But basically, I want the Chocobos to appear in a certain combination of enemies. Chocobo and Headhunters don't cut it. But Chocobo and Spirals do count. And also, I've set my ATB to wait, so I'm all good. I got the Spirals, but I don't have the Chocobo. I also might as well just take the Ragnarok and place it on the Cloud. And I'm not going to be using full Cure. Not at all. I'm only going to be using Chocobo Lure, and I'm only fighting when absolutely necessary. Oh. You know, right theme, wrong combination. And I got the same thing again, twice in a row. Twice in a row I've gotten these freaking Chocobos and Headhunters. Where are my Chocobo and Spirals? I know they're here. And I swear this, no, it's not it. The camera swivels like that, and I should probably take the counterattack material off of Cloud because he could accidentally harm the Chocobo. There you go. Oh yeah! That is more or less what I mean, sir. Ma'am. So Gishol Greens are best for distracting the Chocobos, and having your ATB mode set to wait is also the best thing. because you are granted an awesome amount of time. Now, that was just one of them. Now, for the Chocobo, now that if you rented the stables, you have the option to send it back to the stables, or you can turn it loose. Of course, me being me, I want to go ahead and do the thing in which I send it back to the stables. So, for some reason, it can find its way back to the stables, and in order to do that, it has to fly. I'm assuming it has to walk all the way across the oceans, and also all the mountains and stuff. So, that's clearly a gold Chocobo that we just released, right? Well, it's basically a magic portal that they go to. I have no idea. They're magic chickens that can fly. Sid levels up. I might as well just fight any enemies that that appear here, because I want people to level up at least. And I have my Gil and EXP plus materia on Tifa, so that also counts too. Tifa levels up. Oh, the Chocobo lore materia leveled up, and gravity got maxed out. So I believe with every level up with the Chocobo lore materia, the chances of running into a Chocobo are increased, I want to say. Yeah, the game doesn't really make it, you know, very, very clear, but there you go if that's the case. Goodbye. Here we go. We got 2 spirals this time, but same rules still apply. That's the W item I'm using, but whatever. If it yields the same results. Okay, good. It doesn't run away. Good. I am okay. Alright. Come on, you fools. Catch this thing. Spin. And don't accidentally harm the guy. Thank you. Now, here comes the fun part of all of this. So you take your second Chocobo back to the stables. And then you have to go all around the place. Or rather, back to the Chocobo farm. And you see how it just disappeared? And then, here comes the tricky part. So, your Chocobos will be out here. This is where your Chocobos will be. So, here's how all of this is going to go down, okay? Here's how it's all going to go down. So, what you need to do is save your game. I'm going to save in save 10. Now, because for Chocobo breeding, you need a female and a male Chocobo. The gender of the Chocobo is determined when you move your Chocobo into the stables. So, let's pick our first one, our great Chocobo, and put it in. We have a male. We can nickname it whatever we want, so I'm gonna name it... you know what? I'm gonna name this little dude. I'm gonna name him Master Bruce. I'm gonna name him Master Bruce. And then what we need is a female Chocobo. You won't know what gender the Chocobo is until you move it to the stables. So I would recommend that you save each time you want to move a Chocobo into the stables, because you'll never know if it's going to be a male or female until you move it. Alright, let's see if we can get a female out of this one. Oops. Which means we have to save, and then, well, it's very thankfully we have to save, well, blah! Yeah, there we go, second try. Master Bruce. and Rachel. Hell yeah. And Rachel! Where's he, Rachel? Alright, yeah, I love to do that. But, let's see how much money oh, 600,000. I'm good on that, actually. Alright, so, our next step is to check the chocobos. You can see they're divided into classes. Well, rather, Class C is their lowest right now. How that's determined is the chocobo racing. However, what do you have to do to make sure that your chocobo is as fast as possible for the chocobo races? Feeding it. I highly recommend feeding chocobos Silkus Greens. This will make their stats higher. Their real good stats higher. So, it really doesn't matter what we choose here, so I'm gonna go with Master Bruce and feed him 15 of those nuts. Speed plus, Stamina plus, and Intelligence plus. They're getting along better. I love the little chocobo's animation. But anyway, yes, that's how you increase their stats. You basically keep feeding the chocobos the greens until they can't chew on them no more. Of course, with this first batch, it doesn't really matter what you do, honestly. It's with the later chocobos that you'll need to, you know, raise their stats on, because they're going to be more important with winning races. And speaking of which, I know, it's the place that will never go away, but we're going back to Gold Saucer, mates. Aw, damn, back at it again with chocobo racing, eh? Alright, so now that you have your own chocobo, you can register them in races by seeing Esther. Hey, long time no see, how have you been? There's a lot going on in the world outside. It's a little lonely around here, but you can't keep a jockey from doing what he loves. How about it? You want to ride again? You have your very own chocobo, right? Yes, I do. So, I'm going to register Master Bruce. And, this actually brings me to something. You can check whose stats are best from the little girl in the chocobo farm. Yeah, but jockeys can't buy tickets. If you win, you get an item ticket, so try it. So, oh, wow. 504 stamina, not too bad, actually. And the top speed is 85 kilometers, so we're fine. We're good. Look at my little Brucey. All right, so let's do it. Anyway, contrary to popular belief, no. You absolutely do not have to raise your chocobo all the way to the maximum class, which is S. Instead, what you want to do is you want to win a certain amount of races. I believe you need to win 4 races, and it doesn't really matter which track you choose. Whether it's the long track or the short track, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you win these races. Thankfully, you don't have to win any of them in a row, fortunately, because that would absolutely suck. It really, really would. Anyway, I'm just showing off this track because, you know, it's cool. And you finally get to master chocobo races this way. So my pro tip is to, well, hold the R. Oh my god, I keep bumping my mic. Keep on holding down the buttons. Ooh, I got a 3. That means if I get an item ticket, then that means I get a mega elixir. The items are randomized every time, by the way, so it's all good. My high recommendation is that you hold the R and ZR buttons to keep building your stamina. By doing so, you'll waste the least amount of stamina possible when you're just speeding up by pressing the Y button, or by sprinting when you press the B button, when you hold down the B button. This is an excellent excellent method of winning the Chocobo races, especially in the beginning classes, because they won't stand a chance against you. So we basically have to win 3 more races of this stuff, and then we're good to go for breeding our wonderful or great Chocobos. Wonderful Chocobos come later. Once again, look at him! Look how low poly he is! Isn't he adorable? Oh yeah, and you can also exchange your ticket for GP if you want to. The item ticket will go away the very second you take the item. However, you can win GP this way. So that's awesome. And when you win enough races, you'll be able to get your Chocobo higher up the rank. So the number of races required to win a rank is going to be displayed on screen right now. Obviously, the higher class you make it, the more valuable items that you'll win, such as the Fire Fang, Mega Elixir, and High Potion. You can get some really, really good battle items this way. As you would probably guess, the B rank, the B class is, you know, tougher, but for your little Chocobo, it shouldn't be, for your first Chocobo, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. The issue is that this freaking takes a while. In my practices, I've actually really discovered that it's not really so much the, that breeding Chocobos is a bad process. It's just the fact that it's tedious as hell. And it involves going to races. Ooh, I got a High Potion. Or rather, nah, I can get the GP. It's not really so much that it's bad or anything. It's just incredibly tedious. No, actually, I think I've won enough races. I'm good. And in case you're wondering, the exchange thing doesn't really do anything. And, you know what? I might as well. Since it's probably going to be the last time we're ever going to be here at the Wonder Square. And I have 80 GP, so whoops, I can't even do that anyway. Now here comes the fun part. So, after you've won 4 races with any one of your Chocobo, it doesn't really matter. You get to play Matchmaker and see who's, putting things into things. Here we go. We have to make a decision as to who to mate once we've won enough races. So let's mate these two. And our goal here is to get ourselves a blue and green Chocobo. So once you've won enough races with one of your Chocobo, or both, it doesn't really matter, you can make these two breed, and you'll get yourself a green or blue Chocobo. It seems I have green. A green male. Okay, so I'm just gonna name this little dude, green male. Okay, Hulk. No, it has to be the proper pronunciation. Hulk. M for male. That will be for the green Chocobo, then. We have a green male. And unfortunately, you can't just simply, you know, mate Chocobos as many times as you want. Well, you can technically do that. However, it's not recommended because, well, they're not ready to mate just yet. What you need to do next is to participate in battles without running away 10 times. You have to go through 10 battles without running away in order for them to mate again. I really, really don't know how anyone was supposed to figure this out when they were little kids. But there you go. You have to participate in 10 battles if you want for your Chocobos to mate again. And trust me, the battles will get more and more tedious as time allows, as you move up further into the stages of the Chocobo. So with all that being said, I will see you whenever these battles end. Cloud gets a level up. So we might as well just spend our battles training up. The steel material leveled up. Okay, so that actually gives us the opportunity to use Mug, actually. So now that we leveled up the steel materia, it changes to Mug. And I believe that's a move that steals while also attacking. So, steals an opponent at a given rate while attacking. Okay, so that's cool. We won't be able to see it. There we go. See? It just basically is a steal while also attacking. So, it's nothing really too impressive like the steal as well materia, but it's whatever. It's a thing. Tifa gets a level up. Okay, let's see if that's enough. Now, remember, we are looking for a blue female Chocobo. We've done enough battles, so let's go ahead and start sticking things into other things with Chocobos. Okay, so we get the Brute, Master Bruce, and Rachel! And let's use our second Karab nut to see if we get the blue one. Alright, come on. Give me a blue female. Give me the blue female, please. Green. Acting like a speedrunner won't get you anywhere, Mr. Charlie. I've been getting green Chocobos for the past 5 minutes. And green males. Like, is there something wrong? Is there something wrong? Because I know for a fact that this is a, this is a regular Chocobo. Yeah, this is. And I've been using that, so what am I doing? What am I doing? Is this the comeuppance? Is this the absolute comeuppance for me saying, oh, I had such a good time in practice? Yeah, I got like a blue Chocobo in like 2 runs flat. No big deal. Actually, I got the blue Chocobo first. But it doesn't really matter because, oh my god, as soon as you hit that record button, it's the curse. It's the old let's play curse at it again. Back at it again. Damn, Daniel. And I'm like, oh my god. Can you please just make a baby with the Krob nut and you'll be fine. Just do it, mate. Do it, you coward. Oh my god, I'm in a time loop. I'm in a time loop here. I'm in a time loop. Help me, God. Help me. I'm in a loop. I'm in an honest-to-God loop. Play Hades. I haven't felt a feeling like this in a very long time. I haven't felt anything like pure frustration. Because all I've been getting throughout this, this like 40 minute ordeal, or not really 40, but 20, is the green Chocobo, green male Chocobo. Why is it a green male Chocobo? Why is it just that every single time? I swear, it's random. It's really, really random. Is it just rolling the chance, like, every single time to be, you know, the green male Chocobo? I swear. I really, really swear it's random. I know, like, the later Chocobos that weren't, like, that, I gotten that not from random chance, or at least the colors. This is probably like the absolute worst one to get like right off the bat, because they require one specific nut. It requires a male and female chocobo that is required through randomization. It's am I missing a step? Am I really missing something? Because I swear I'm not missing anything. I'm not. I raced the chocobos. I did the things. I did everything. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing wrong? Oh! I got a green female this time! Still not what I need. Okay, so I spent the better part of like the last 10 minutes trying to figure this out, and it turns out this is actually kind of an extended problem. Because I'm looking at GameFAQs.com right here and right now. And, well, it turns out that the RNG for breeding the chocobos is actually kind of messed up. I was really lucky, actually, to get the, green chocobo that I actually did need. However, what it has to do with is that it has to do with entering and exiting an area. That's when the RNG for breeding resets, I believe, according to this information. That's why I've been getting green males every single time. I don't know how this could be, but I got a green female last time, so maybe I'll get a blue this time. I have no idea. I got a blue! Yeah! Woo! Blue female! Blue female! Oh! She-Hulk! Or She-Hole! Hell yeah! Oh! Oh, it hurts so good! It hurts! It hurts so good! And it's now an hour in recording, but I don't care. I'm gonna keep going like this. I don't care. Alright, so this girl, Chloe, can teach you the strongest stats that your chocobos have. So, Hulk M, the fastest sprinter. The fastest one would be Hulk M, yes. The most stamina is Master Bruce. And the most intelligent one is Master Bruce. So, I'm gonna go ahead with my Hulk M theory, and I'm gonna go with the one, that's the one I'm going with for my next batch of chocobo races. Because now that we have a blue female and a green male, we're gonna want to do stuff with them. Don't you just love how plain this looks? It's incredibly plain how these, you know, screens look. Like, it's just a black background with your chocobo in them. It's not that great. Okay, we're gonna race our Hulk M with this. Finn, why are you still awake? Go to sleep. I don't really know what's up with him. He's still awake and stuff. I'm not entirely sure what's up with him. But, yeah, here we go. Woo! So, we're just not even gonna bite the bullet on this. We're just gonna speed up here. Because that's what we need to do. And speaking of speeding up, yeah, this is basically the green chocobo in action right here. They're definitely a lot better and faster than your standard chocobo. And in order to get the next stage of chocobo, we need to win 9 races. Yeah, even with the speed up, this is incredibly tedious. So, it's a thing we have to do, but whatever. Look at that one. Look at number 4. Oh my god. See if we get an ice crystal, no, a high potion. I'm not going to go for items every time, but I just want the GP, unless it's a really good item. The A rank is probably a lot harder than anything you could ever do. Because of the sole fact that, well, the A rank has probably the most speediest guys in the entire world up to this point. And it also yields a lot of pretty good items if you really want to go into that pile. So, my best advice for you is to hold the R and ZR buttons, on the short course at least, because that's probably the more logical one that you want to do. Then, just sprint all the way to the end until you win. So, that's pretty good. Do I get a counter? No, I get a Phoenix down from that, but I'd rather get the GP. Thanks. So, yep. There it is. So, I'm going to do a few more races, and then we're going to do the battles, and then we're going to see if we can breed sprint shoes. Okay, that's an item I didn't even know existed. That's from Final Fantasy VI, where your characters move faster if you get the sprint shoes. Wow, that's great. Looks like you don't have any rivals in the A rank anymore. But you know, there's a rank that's full of those chocobos. Ahem! For the next race, that chocobo is S rank. Joe's in that group too, so good luck. Yep. We've made it all the way up to S rank with our Hulk. With the Incredible Hulk. I should have called him the Incredible Plum. But whatever. It's all fine. Wait a minute. No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes, no, yes. I'm sorry, I just want to make absolutely sure that we have enough races this time. We don't have to worry about RNG anymore. We don't have to worry about 2 different kinds of chocobos. So, let me just register Hulk M into these races. Here you'll get something really cool. You'll have the chance to get a sneak attack materia. So, that's already cool. But I just want to show you what the S rank stuff is like. You know, as a bit of a preview, sped up. So my best advice is to hold off on the sprinting for a little bit. And then go all in with the sprinting. My Chocobo may not probably won't have enough speed to win the race. Actually, no, he doesn't. Unfortunate. Okay, so I think that'll be good. S rank is already difficult enough as it is. So let's go back to the farm. And actually, no, let's not do that. Instead, we're going to go for a series from 3 to 18 random battles. Just so that we can breed up our Chocobo into, you know, the next stage of operation. Cloud and Tifa get level ups. Moment of truth, y'all. Moment of truth. Are they ready to breed? You know, I feel bad about what we're doing to this Chocobo because, we're basically doing what Dr. Hojo wanted to do. Oh, I feel bad for what we're doing to these guys because, we are basically forcing them to mate, which is kind of hypocritical. We tried to stop Hojo from breeding Aerith and Red, so why are we breeding Chocobos? Why are we doing this? And furthermore, why is this a absolute terrible case of inbreeding? Hey! A black Chocobo. That's what we're looking for. For our king. Yep, there it is. The black Chocobo. The almost black female named Chadwick. Did I stutter? Your name is Chadwick. For our king. Anyway, now I do want to feed Chadwick, because he is going to be part of the longest yard. I tell you, the longest yard. I kind of wish it was a little bit easier to tell about these chocobos. Like, they should have a little bit more, like, defining traits in their colors. Like, I want the green ones to be more green, the blue ones to be more blue. And you know the drill. Yeah, so... yeah, I just wish they would be a little bit more defined in their colors, just saying. Anyway, if you want to get more Silkist greens, then you're gonna have to go to the Chocobo Sage right there. And also, fair warning. Black female, okay. So, yeah, fair warning. They cost a lot. Silkist greens cost a lot of money. Like 5,000 gil per, so... yeah, you may have to sacrifice some things, but... I assure you, it will be worth it. Oh yeah! That Chocobo was bred from a great Chocobo and a good Chocobo. If you give them Carab nuts during breeding, there is a chance you'll get one of these Chocobos. So where's this Chocobo? So, and where can I get one of these Carab nuts? Huh? Where? Where was that? And where was that nut? Can't remember for the life of me. The Chocobo Sage can give pretty good advice, but that's what the internet is for. I'm sorry, buddy. I know you mean well, and you have a pretty cute design, but... I'm sorry, mate. I am sorry, but you're kind of not worth it at the moment. You're kind of not worth it at the mo. Anyway, back on with the Chocobo lore. And back at it with saving. Because, of course. Anyway, what we want to do now is we want to breed our black Chocobo with a wonderful Chocobo. A wonderful male Chocobo, if you will. And the best place to get them is at the Icicle area near, what was that town? Yeah, the Snow Town. Icicle Town, yeah, I think. I don't know. Basically, this little area, as you can clearly see on the map. And I swear, if this is the first one, no, it isn't. Okay, so what you're looking for is a Chocobo with the jumping enemy. AKA the rabbit enemy. That's when you'll know for sure that you have the chance to get a wonderful Chocobo. So, once again, I feel like we're gonna be here for the longest time, so we might as well do some fighting while we're here to get some of that good extra level ups for Tifa. Ooh, nope. Nope. This wonderful Chocobo that I'm looking for has to be accompanied only by a jumping. Only by a jumping. If it's not accompanied only by a jumping and a Bandersnatch wolf, then no, it doesn't count. Yes! I have been so looking forward to this for a long time. Die, bunny! Die, bunny! Yeah! There goes our wonderful Chocobo, baby! Woo! And you notice it's still day 1. There's no comedic transition into day 2. I figured, you know, I might as well just go for the long haul. Why not? Might as well record this all in one. Haha! Because it's not like I need to get this video out of here and just upload it to the buffer before, like, the end of the year, because I really want to aim for that January break. Way to start off the new year, am I right? A wonderful chocobo this is, and it is a female. Okay, sure. Ah, there we go. There we go. That is serious high RNG to the highest order. You know what? Since we're going with the superhero theme, 3,000. Yeah, 3,000. 3,000. Oh my god, I can't believe I named it. I named my wonderful chocobo male. That is so lame. But I am going to give my Chadwick the 20 greens that he needs to be strong. They're getting along better, yes indeed. And then I want to hopefully raise its stats to the best that it can be. Because Chadwick is going to be doing the heavy lifting from now on. Okay, no more improvement. Okay. We're going to go to the races, Morty. Oh, jeez, Rick. I don't know. Maybe we should probably stop before. Maybe we should probably stop before things get crazy. You know, listen to me. Listen to me. You know, he's been at this for almost 2 hours. You really think that he's gonna just stop now, Morty? Spoiler alert, I haven't watched I've watched random assorted episodes of Rick and Morty. Okay. So, our beloved Black Chocobo is going to be the star today. Or this time around. And you need to win 12 races in order to win the distinction of breeding the final stage of the Chocobo. So, good luck. You're going to need it. Oh, here we go. Hey, Cloud, let me ride once in a while. Sure. So, I believe this only happens with Tifa for some bizarre reason. But, sometimes Tifa will actually join the Chocobo race instead of Cloud. So, oh my god, yet another time in our lives where we're not Cloud. Holy crapaloni, man. That's cool as beans. It's really cool, honestly. So then you get to appreciate how low poly Tifa is. Oh my god, look at her legs! What is up with her legs? I mean, she has legs the world needs to see, but look at her legs! They're like sticks. Anyway, yeah, you get to appreciate how low poly Tifa is now. So, there you go. I get a pretty valuable item here, actually. We get a Fire Fang. Ooh. A Fire Fang is an item that... Where is it? That uses Fire 2 on all opponents. Oh. This rank is probably the hardest one ever. Okay, so my strat is hold ZR and R to, you know, first speed up first. And then you go through all the crystals. You don't sprint just yet. You don't sprint yet. Sometimes the frame rates can be a little bit screwy here, by the way. And then once you make this turn, you sprint. Sprint. Sprint as fast as you can, because these races are really difficult. And there you go. You just barely win. I can certainly tell you what one of those items do. The cat spell will make it so that you recover HP every time that you walk. Why would you need that when you have Cure? Mega Elixirs from the W item duplication glitch. Any healing item that can take you up to full HP or tents, absolutely no problem. Why would you ever need that? Why would you need the cat spell when you can just use a tent? Oh, okay. I got an enemy away materia from that. Awesome. So the enemy away materia basically makes it so that you don't have to encounter enemies as much while you are out in the field or out in the overworld. Okay, so I'm gonna do 2 more races and then the final stretch. 2 hours, even with speed up. It's gonna be the final stretch, everybody. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's go! I win! Da, 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 da. We get a magic counter from that. Magic counter materia. Hey! Magic counter materia. Hey! I didn't even realize that was a materia. Oh my goodness gracious me. Magic counter. Counters with paired or summoned materia when attacked. This can be very helpful. Could be very helpful indeed. Let me actually see where I'm at with materia. I leveled up a whole bunch of HP plus and MP plus materia. But, oh, I just so happen to max out these. Okay. Alright, so I guess I can just do this since we are going to be going to battles from this point onward. So, yeah, we're basically done with Chocobo racing. Forever! Okay. Yes, we do. Yes, we are. All we need to do left is to battle, battle, battle until we win, win, win. And then we go back for the gold! Oh! Two hours! Nice. This is where everybody is at now. I still haven't leveled up this to its fullest. And, yep. Here's where all the materia is at. Man, I only managed to level up Bahamut 0 once. Didn't even get slash all materia up to scratch. It's a really tough grind. It's a really, really tough grind. Now, unfortunately, our stables are full, so we're gonna have to release a Chocobo. Bye-bye, Rachel! I hope you burn in hell. Yeah, our first ones aren't gonna go so easily. Alright, so, moment of truth. Are they ready to breed? Are they? Okay. So, we need the, Chadwick, yes. And 3,000, yes! They're ready! Oh, I can feel it, I can feel it. I can feel it, it's time! It's time, baby! And this is how golden babies are made! Oh, look at him! Look at her! Yes, look at her! And because of the fact that she is gold, she will forever be Mithra. Yes! The golden Chocobo, baby! Ooh! Okay, so I gotta be honest with you. The whole process of breeding Chocobos, it's like, okay. So, during all of my practice of this, I found out to my surprise that, you know, surprisingly, Chocobo breeding is good enough to understand once you read it up and study it up. However, doing this whole thing was just an absolute chore. It was It's incredibly tedious. It's something. 2 hours, and that's with speed ups. I never had a PS1 growing up. I had the Nintendo 64. Everybody was praising all about Final Fantasy VII, about how amazing it was. But if there's one aspect that people really, really hate about Final Fantasy VII is the chocobo breeding. And it's truly a nightmare. Truly a nightmare to any Final Fantasy fan who's ever played 7. But the rewards you get for breeding a golden chocobo are absolutely incredible. Here, with the golden chocobo, now you can access the Materia Caves. Of course, as soon as you bred a blue or green chocobo, or black chocobo, or a golden chocobo, you can have access to these. But I would have waited until the golden chocobo to get these 4 things. Over the course of many years, Mako energy crystallizes into materia. The Knights of the Round materia. Knights of the Round is the most powerful summon possibly in all of Final Fantasy. It may take 10% of your HP away from you, but the magic gains are so good. Plus, that's an insta-win if you're at the final battle. Yeah, no joke. It's an insta-win if you're at the final battle of Final Fantasy VII. You can literally kill anything with just one summon of Knights of the Round, except for the 2 super bosses of Final Fantasy VII. We can cheat anywhere we want. Yeah, boy. And the chocobo you raised yourself, don't worry, they won't run off like regular chocobos do. Anyway, this materia cave contains mime materia. That's a command materia, and one that's instrumental for super bosses. Basically, this equips the mime command, and what that does is that it copies the last action that any party member has used. So, let's just say that Cloud has summoned Knights of the Round. Well, anyone who's equipped the mime materia can also use Knights of the Round. It's also very instrumental for super bosses. Anyway, this materia cave contains HP'd MP materia. What that essentially does is that it swaps your max HP with your max MP so that your HP may be 999. However, your max MP will be risen up to 9,999. So that's already epic. That really is epic. And it can be actually kind of useful for one of the super bosses, but of course we'll get to that whenever we do. And finally, over here on this part of the map, we have the final materia cave. Once again, you can pretty much access every single one of these if you breed the gold chocobo. However, however. Quadra magic materia. That's a materia that allows you to use magic of the paired materia 4 times. So say you paired this materia with something like Ultima. You get to be a bad boy with that thing. So, yeah. All of this chocobo breeding was just so that you can get these ultra powerful materia. And that is already epic as hell. seriously, it's so good that it's almost worth all the hell and time and effort to make it there. Almost. Because you'll never forget the hell. You'll never forget the Chocobo races. You'll never forget the battles that you had to go through. You never forget. Ever. Anyway, that would be the end of our preparations for the Northern Cave. Like, we have the most powerful materia on Earth now. We can very easily kill Sephiroth in one fell swoop. However, that's not it. Next time on Final Fantasy VII, we tackled the two most powerful enemies in all of Final Fantasy VII. Preparations, the battles, and the rewards in all. And then after that, nothing left to do except to go to Northern Cave and kill him. See you guys on the next time. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. I